Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your March 2020 extended monthly forecast. So this is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, and Virgo Rising signs. Hope that you're enjoying your bi-weeklies. This is going to be rather extended. I'm going to be laying two tarot deck layers. So we're going to be doing an extended Celtic cross for you. I'm going to be qualifying the first layer, and then of course we'll get a card from each of the oracle decks. And if you want a daily free reading, you can follow me on Instagram for a free daily reading, and that is for everyone. So this is a general reading for your sign. Whatever you're currently going through is what I encourage you to apply this to. What does March 2020 have in store for Virgo? What can Virgo expect for March 2020? This is just for Virgo. All right, my dears. Let's get out your first layer. We'll see what's going on here. Okay, so a celebration around a new opportunity, either with friends or in business, or of a personal nature here, is going to be very compelling. It's going to feel like a small victory, but it's going to feel very, very nice. It could be a good time to put your thought processes around an idea or a project that you have into action. Our second layer here. We are dealing with a couple of different personalities. We have a king, a queen, and a knight. So you could be dealing with a Libra, an Aquarius, and another Virgo. Of course, that could be your energy. And then we have some major arcana energies here as well. So we have some Virgo energy over here, Scorpio energy, and Pisces energy here as well. Let's get our other layer out and see what's up. The Empress jump out there. There could be a period of prosperity for you, or you could be at a very creative stage in your personal or professional development here as well. As you can see, the bottom of the deck energy is the Three of Cups, which is a great deal of creative energy. We have another three there as well. Very, very nice. Ooh, lots of secrets. Something underneath the surface is very, very potent for you at this time. We have another Queen of Swords. I would watch, I'm seeing two Queens of Swords here in this reading and two Kings of Swords. Okay, so I'm just going to lay off the bat here. I'm going to suggest that we're going to keep harsh words of criticism or intellectualism fair. If you're dealing with an air sign and this person is whether they're cognizant of it or not, and they're trying to get something up on you, or they're trying to prove something to you through their sense of intellectualism, or you're trying to do it to them, I'm going to suggest that you pull back a little bit. That's it's not the only word I can think of is unattractive, but that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not going to solve the problem. I know there's a word for that. I can't think of it right now. Counterintuitive. It seems like by thinking about something really hard and applying a lot of information on the surface, that's the way to go about it, it being whatever's going on for you right now. However, I'm going to suggest that you're going to need to balance these two worlds, the feelings with the ideas, the gentle or sophisticated communication with intellectualism and information sharing. Really, balance is going to play a massive part of the month for you, whether this is the way you communicate or people communicate with you. This is how I see you definitely achieving the most for yourself at this time in terms of leveling up, feeling good, feeling confident, moving away from things that could have hurt you or could have kept you down. Now, that's just an overall look of what's I see in front of me here. Let's get into each sort of section one by one. So this is bottom of the deck energy. This is what I consider to be what's going on behind the scenes regarding all of this, right? So behind the scenes to this and so forth. So you have the Three of Cups matched with the King of Swords. So here's where we have a lot of air energy around a creation, right? And this is creation with friends, creativity with friends, your creative circle, creative concepts. Virgo, if you are a 3, like if your life path number is 3, 6, or 9, I would pay extra special attention to this, for example. If you're dealing with any institution or organization or project that has to do with 3, 6, 9, for example, you know, this is an extra special message for you, I would say. But you can put finessing touches that are incredibly, even some people might even consider them clinical or professional, and use them within a creative concept, or vice versa. You can use creative concepts within a professional or clinical environment, or hyper intellectual, right? And we're dealing with a king, so we're dealing with someone who is really mature of the mind, knows their stuff, definitely in charge. This could be a legal system. This could be, if you're writing down, if you're examining data, for example, and you're doing it with other people, you can be very creative about your output at this time. So let's get into the cards representing you. Here's our second king, right? Same guy, King of Swords with the Four of Cups. So very interesting. So inspiration is necessary at this time. We see a new spark of inspiration over here after coming to terms with how you feel about something, because the cards representing your current position, and we'll look at these sort of covering it in just a second here, but at first glance, or at least by the first of the month, you're going to feel like it's not passionate, like it's not, what's it called when you have inspiration. So you could feel uninspired, I would say, within the first 3 to 5 days of the month. But as long as you keep working, and like intellectual disinspiration, avoidance, boredom, I don't think this is going to last at all. I think this is an incredibly temporary state of mind, because you switch this up very quickly. Please understand, the bottom of the deck energy is the Three of Cups with the King of Swords, and then the cards representing you currently, right, at first glance, first day of the month, so to speak, is the King with the Four of Cups. So inspiration is necessary at this time, but you do have it. People around you, stuff you're working on. Here's our second 3. So we're dealing with creativity at work, something that you've already been working on, something that you probably really becoming very good at. I would not throw the baby out with the bathwater at this time. If you are feeling bored about a job or an income situation at this time, definitely bring your new ideas, fresh, evolved ideas. This could have to do with electronics or social media as well. Definitely around the communicative arts, the way you communicate how you feel, or any creative venture that you're inspired to do. Other people want to work with you on this. So this is somewhat in the early stages, but this has an enormous growth potential. So something that you think about a lot, you talk about a lot, you really feel intellectually and emotionally supported by, or that you integrate into your own life, whatever that is for you. There is a lot of financial and emotional fulfillment in terms of potential in that area. Absolutely gorgeous to see. Wow. And it's so funny. I get all these cards out, and then I just start looking at them after I look at the whole, and I don't know what I'm going to say until I just start examining the heck out of these guys. But I do see a great deal of personal growth here, and there's so much swords. There's so much swords energy that you're doing this work for yourself. This is 9 times out of 10 how you're about to succeed every day of the month of March is going to be because of what you think and how you think. I will say that. Because how you think and what you think affects how you feel, and you're on top of it. You get it. So you're going to start integrating this, and I can see this paying off for you. So what is working for you? What's crowning you is the moon, qualified by the high priestess. So if you do need inspiration at this time, I would look to other women. I would look to issues that concern women. If you're involved with the esoteric or occult arts, I would get into that, including witchcraft. Don't be afraid of this. Spell books, spell binding, menstruation rituals could be extremely important to you right now. Anything having to do with the hidden world, the hidden secrets, hidden ideas, hidden emotions. Of course, we have both the moon literally representing in terms of planetary influence over the high priestess, and the moon card itself in the major arcana represented by Pisces. We know this is 12th house energy, so we know this is major endings and beginnings. We know that this is self-sacrifice. This is what you're willing to give up in order to get something. But it's very deep and it's very profound, and there's almost no words for it. I'm not surprised to see there's no swords around this. This is really incredibly intuitive for you. I would pay attention to the world of women in your life this month, guys, particularly at least by the end of the second week, because inspiration could be found within these circles, and it could be so intense and so potent. And to be fair, maybe talk to the other people. If you all have an idea, for example, and you're about to move in a direction, and somebody takes, say, that idea and goes off on their own and does it, and that's not what you had in mind, like maybe really be clear about what your ideas mean to you. If you feel like you have an idea or an inspiration or a muse at this time, and you want to keep it close to your sleeve, or you don't want to share it with just everybody at this time, you don't have to do this. You can just write everything down and keep it to yourself at this time. Make sure you're dealing with other inspired people who have the same viewpoint, outlook, ethics, value systems, etc. than that you do. I think you can intuit who those people are. But intuition is on lock, guys, this month. Really trust your intuition. Don't go second guessing that. Your mind is on lock as well. So it's almost like win-win-win. Very, very cool, I will say. Oops, getting ahead of myself. What could be working against you, or what is at the foundation? What's the root of everything here? And it's definitely, your Virgo energy, something that feels a little bit slow moving. It could be taking a while. And then this sacrifice energy, this surrender, this I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to hold off. We already know that the Knight of Pentacles is kind of like a slow, there's a little bit of drudgery involved. It's not a bad thing. This is incredibly strong work ethic energy. There's a lot of, or there could have been just before this energy, before this level of suspension, a little bit of revision that was necessary, but something that's being built to last, something that's very concrete, is being suspended here. And it does sit right under, it's mirroring this very intense, feminine, perceptive, receptive, trust your intuition to the nth degree, trust your gut instincts. And the foundation of that is don't rush into anything at this time. Like I said, if you feel like you have a muse or an idea or an inspiration of some sort, and you don't know who to trust with it at this time, you aren't in a rush. You don't have to do that. You don't have to have a conversation that feels rushed or too soon or something. By all means, get your ideas down or share them with someone in private that you trust who won't be involved with, say, a third-party situation, or doesn't have, say, a business interest, if this is a business venture for you, because it looks like from an intuitive level, you might, like I said at the beginning, you might be a little bit more ahead of someone here. And you could feasibly do this on your own as well. And we're going to look at this in just a second. If you do share it with somebody, or if you were in a rush or you felt hurried to share something here and it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, or it was too early in the game, or someone did take it and run with it and left you behind, you can say, well, now that's over, now I know. So you're all the wiser, right? So in the recent past is the Death card with the Two of Cups. So essentially a major transformation around a soulmate situation or someone that you work with very easily. And I don't mean necessarily at work. I just mean someone that you communicate with, someone who sees eye to eye. And I don't necessarily see the death of this relationship necessarily, or the death of you two seeing eye to eye. I see the transformation of this. And it could be something as simple as 3 people at the beginning were involved, or 3 people wanted in on it, whatever it was. And, after some contemplation, after biding your time, after some soul searching, or just via intuition, you've decided, oh, you know what, I just want to deal with this one other person, and it's no harm done. The other person isn't harmed by it, and I think that's the way you may be going about it here as well. It's almost like for the good of all. Like if you are casting spells, if this is about spell casting, spell making, anything having to do, you know, major intentional work, you don't have to call that magic, but it is. Major intentional work here, it could be that other person or the third party is just withdrawn for some reason. They don't have the time. They may even remove themselves here, Virgo, which all the power to you. It means you don't even have to be a part of that. As long as you keep your mind straight and your intentions pure and keep your muse alive. Keep inspired here, guys, because the other person that you will be working with or shares the same value systems or same outlook or intensity toward a shared goal is going to be the right person for you or the right fit. Even if it isn't a person and you're, you know, living life solo right now, this could be, you know, the opportunity. It's between you and the opportunity or the person providing you the opportunity, as it were. Because it's a general reading, so if it's not a relationship reading for you, it's hard not to look at this and say this isn't purely creative, however, but a great deal of it, emotional intention, high level emotional availability. Absolutely stunning to see these together, both the Ace and the Knight of Cups here in your near future. So lovely, gotta say. We're now by the second week into March. We are out of Mercury retrograde. And we can relax a little, right? We can feel good about something here. So a new opportunity in love, a new opportunity in, you know, something that really makes you feel good. This is your feeling center. This is your emotional world. Matched with the Knight of Cups. These are both of the same element. This is extremely generous energy. This is someone handing their heart to you. You could be asked out for a date. You could be asking someone else out for a date. Or if this has to do with a creative project, like I said, that has to do with, you know, shared vision, for example, around something having to do with, you know, the deep intuitive world or something having to do with women or females or receptivity in general here. And I'm not saying that it's only this. I'm saying this is matched on such a high level balance. The intuition and the intellect is matched on such a high level balance where, you know, when it comes to two of you, for example, one may be so much better at one or the other, but it's appreciated. You're not trying to step on someone's toes. They're not trying to do your job for you or tell you how to do something that they don't even know how to do. This is a lot of respect and you know, emotional accomplishment and awareness here. Really nice to see these guys together. This is a language of love. It could be a message of love. If it isn't someone asking you out, it is definitely being able to level up to the next emotional intrigue. And if this, as I said, because of how I feel about, you know, the underlying energy here, if this is a creative project for you, whether this has to do with the workplace, working out of your home, creativity within a relationship, whatever this is in relation to, this is just glorious, sweet, kind, intuitive, generous energy. Really gorgeous to see this here for you. So this is how you are representing yourself to others. This is how you feel about how others are seeing you or how you'd like to be seen. So we have your Hermit card with the Queen of Swords. So it's essentially Virgo energy with Libra energy. So someone who has an extreme sense of balance, a very, you know what? Take out the word extreme. I would say a very refined sense of balance. This is someone who understands both the physical and the mental acuity and value of work and relationships and love and art, creativity. This is the blending of two beautiful worlds here. We have worker energy, could be nutrition and health involved, and then having to do with relationships or partnerships here as well. But how you are exhibiting yourself and how you want other people to see you is very evolved, very spiritually adept, capable, practical, down to earth, loving, tactile, truthful, honest, knowledgeable. Really nice here. And look at this, how other people are seeing you. I mean, come on. They're seeing you, how you're expressing yourself. We have the Queen of Swords again, matched with her counterpart, the Knight of Swords. So how other people are seeing you is someone who just has a lot to say. You have a lot of information. You're extremely wise. You have a sense of balance. You have a sense of justice. I'm going to suggest here as well. There is an innate sense of justice that others feel in your company, and they feel emboldened by this. They are inspired by this. You are creating inspiration, inventing inspiration, and through your own mental prowess, you are able to engage others and inspire others at this time. And I know it sounds weird, right? Like I'm talking a lot about inspiration and muses and so forth. There's no wands in this reading whatsoever. And I'll tell you, I'm goosebumpy at the level of potential around creative soulfulness, even though there's no wands. So a lot of it has to do with all the cups. There's just a lot of cups. And then these guys up here with the Moon and the High Priestess. Nah. And your head's in the right place. You've got your head working for you. You're thinking straight. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. This is part and parcel of success. I mean, it's 90%, right? 90% is showing up, 5% is knowing what you want and what you don't want, and the other 5 is playing it all out, just putting it into practice. So the cards representing your hopes and fears are really leveling up. You can set yourself free from a situation. You are definitely advancing. We have some more pentacle energy up here. You are definitely headed in a very secure direction. We see the 7 of Pentacles back here at the very, very beginning, which sort of represented your mind space or how you are communicating. Yeah, show no fear in how you're communicating about what it is exactly that you want, because you did feel trapped. You did feel stymied. There could have been some old past energy that was sort of creeping in, old habits, old thought patterns, old belief systems, but you have your eye too far into the future here to be held back by that. And you could be trying to put a positive spin on whatever wasn't so great in the past or what held you back in the past anyway. So I really do see you setting yourself free from something that felt uninspiring, because your advice or outcome cards are 2 6s, guys. We have the 6 of Cups and then the 6 of Swords. These are both looking back at the past. So the 6 of Cups technically is about someone from your past returning. This is someone who is an emotionally significant person to you, and then moving away from difficult conversations or thought patterns or belief systems. So you definitely are able to set yourself free. This is really stunning. And probably the most powerful part about this is that you're doing this for yourself. You have done this for yourself. You've created this for yourself. You've allowed and invited this for yourself. This is through a lot of hard work, but this is coming true for you. So 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups, someone from your past, maybe communicating with you a lot, trying to communicate, getting over past issues, something that was close to your heart. This could have to do with a child, either you're the child or your own child, but forgiving and letting go about something in the past and moving on to calmer, smoother waters is what the advice card is, or outcome card for you at the end of the month. You could be accused of being advanced, and I can't imagine who you're around who would accuse you of, being advanced, or why that would be a negative thing. But the reason I say that is because some people are, what do you say? They are, what's that word when you are, sorry guys, intimidated. Wow, intimidated by that. So, be gentle with that. You were there at once too. You might even be able to throw a joke out about it. Like I was a novice too. I was a beginner too at one point. You also don't have to take care of anybody else right now, whether someone is technically on your side or not, whether someone is working with you toward a shared goal or not. You don't owe anyone else an explanation. Your interest is in taking care of yourself and your own mind, your own progress. And like I said, if there are 3 of you starting out, or there's a muse or an inspiration around 3 individuals or a third party situation, it might even be in everyone's best interest for that to whittle down to 2, because this is where you're going to find the most support, and you can move ahead even faster toward accomplishing your goals and wishes. Lots of nice worker energy, lots of nice creative potential. Just making sure I have all the cards here. Creative potential is really, really high. That is for sure. Have a little bit more faith in what you think as well, or how much you've learned, or excuse me, maybe you're giving yourself a little bit of maybe you're bothering yourself because you don't think, maybe something isn't formalized and you want it to be formal, or, you know, you're trying to formalize something that you're passionate about or that you're creative about. And I think if that's the case, I would say don't worry about the formal aspect of something. If you're good at something and you're natural at it, or you've worked hard at it all by yourself and you're self-taught, I don't think it makes a difference whether you went to school for it, whatever it is, or not. I really don't. And there are like major CEOs out in the world, not saying this is applying to you in your situation, but I do want to mention that 20 or 30 years ago, if you didn't have a degree in some field, or, you know, some official background in some field, no one would even look at you. And you may have been even better. You may have been a better fit, but they won't look at you because of the, you know, the authority, the official to officiate something. But that's not the way the world works anymore. And I was going to say that, you know, Elon Musk, for example, at Tesla, purposely goes out of his way to hire people who haven't graduated, who don't have, you know, a background in, you know, authoritative state institutions and so forth. So things work very differently now. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a break around not having authoritative control over something, or authoritative information, or a degree or diploma or something like that. You know, if you have a talent for something and you have great knowledge or in-depth secrets or awareness or experience with something here, and it's incredibly deep, and you can share it with other people, and there is a way to either inspire other people or be inspired by what you're doing. I think that's the most important part, guys. I really do. So don't dismiss that so easily if that's the case for you. So we have Moose and Mouse. Mouse is scrutiny. Moose is self-esteem. So you could be scrutinizing yourself right now and your self-esteem is suffering for it, or you could be scrutinizing your self-esteem in order to regulate that better, or to make it more appealing, or to get to the root of something. Self-esteem is extremely important. I see you really getting ahead in life because your self-esteem has risen, because you have moved further into the future because of your own hard work, your own sense of self and value systems. So scrutiny and self-esteem. Honestly, don't over-scrutinize something here as well. Like I said, just accept it. If you have a gift or a power of something, don't overthink it, guys, because it is what it is. Other people have their special talents and powers. Don't pay attention to them. Just pay attention to what you have to offer here and stay inspired. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This is for all my romancy people. If this is a creative project for you, strictly, and it doesn't have to do with a partner, I would say to delve deeper into a goal or situation here that you feel very strongly about, or where there's a muse involved, where you feel incredibly inspired and you don't even really know why. Definitely just go in that direction and try not to question it too much. We do have soulmate, super cute, right? Because we have soulmate showing up with this little guy down here. The Two of Cups, right, where a major transformation is being held. I don't see a breakup here at all. I just see a major transformation around this growing and maturing. So soulmate could be very, very important to you. It could be with a Scorpio or someone around 8th house energy. Shared possessions, sex, death, rebirth, that type of thing. Soulmate's very important to you at this time. And then buy the book, right? And we're seeing this here. This could be twofold in this case because of what I was just mentioning. Don't get caught up in examinations or officiating something. If you know something by instinct, or if you know something because you're self-taught, just run with it. It's perfectly fine. On the other hand, if you're creating something and you need sort of a business plan, or you need a plan to pull something that you are inspired to do or conduct or speak about or create and move forward with it, create a business plan. Create a plan with your partner or your business partner or your creative partner. Make sure you're on the same page about what you're about to develop and who has rights